metronome. Now I don't.
Wait, you're praying to the guy from Almost Famous?
A golden god.
Yeah.
I'm a golden god. Who's turns into a god in Watchmen. That's who plays Dr. Manhattan.
That's true. Dude, Dane.
But he's not golden, he's blue.
And he's got a
whatever,
big old
he's a
blue
god.
dick.
Yes,
He does have a huge blue dick, just like Marlon Wayans.
We all had to look
Or
at a
the
blue
guy
dick.
from the Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marlon Wayans doesn't have a blue dick. I thought that would have more effect.
Or Arnold Schwarzenegger from the classic movie
Batman and Robin. Blue man dick.
He's gonna be a deep freeze. Hey, Arnold,
Adrian.
All right. Calm down, Rocky.
Are we ready to start this podcast? Semi-ready.
Semi.
We got the main cameraman.
That means that
setting
you
this
kind
shit
of
up.
have a boner, but you don't.
But you don't like it's.
It's-
I am very familiar with that.
It's what I call
actually.
half a stock.
Right. And
when
we
it
know
happened
what we're
because of my
talking
grandmother, I thought it was weird.
about. Okay.
For how long they'll record for, but
All right, so we're ready?
I'm going to set my alarm here.
Or are
for
we on Facebook Live?
I'm going to set my alarm
I'd be
here for
surprised
like...
we didn't even get any. We didn't talk about anything here.
All right, so like when we start this, am I looking in a certain camera, John?
No, you're looking at people.
No,
You
you're
don't,
looking
yeah,
at us.
you don't
Just
look
look at you
anything.
guys?
There's no camera looking.
I got it. I unplugged it a little
No
bit.
screen looking.
It's not all the way plugged, but I can hear everything.
You can hear everything?
I
Holy
don't know
shit.
how or why.
Everything.
What the
Everybody
fuck?
else can hear now, right?
Yeah.
Still?
Are you recording?
Yep, yep.
You are.
We're recording.
Holy
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
This can be part of the show.
Mad About
guys.
Media, right?
All right.
That's the name of the thing?
Yeah, Mad About Media.
I think
All right,
fucking
get on get on good behavior,
All right,
John's
John.
like, I don't like it, but
what I'm
okay.
gonna do
Fuck it.
is I'm gonna set an alarm here
Oh,
for
no, an
like
alarm.
15 minutes just to hit pause and save. Pause and save.
15
'Cause the
minutes?
last thing. Well, what if we go 30 and on the 29th minute the computer crashes?
But how's it?
We're not
How, it's
crashed.
gonna be hard to get into stuff. In
Oh, because
15
we're not gonna
minutes.
stop. We're gonna continue. I'm just gonna get
He's
up. for
just
half a
gonna
second.
get up,
I'm
so
gonna
you'll
get up
keep
for half a
All right,
second.
gotcha.
Oh, like if one of us has to piss or something. Yeah.
And then in 30 minutes, I'll have to switch those out.
I just want to be able to save. You know what I mean?
I just want to
I wanna be
fucking
able- All right. So let's get into this.
host open up. Dane, you want to be?
John,
No
you had to
problem.
have note cards for this one.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't have to have them.
Oh.
I just liked it.
Wait, Nick, do you have no cards?
No.
So
Oh, no,
today,
Nick doesn't have it.
today, I guess we are.
You really got index cards to write on them for notes for this?
Yeah, can we all make fun of John for a second? You got fucking index cards.
all right, but to be fair, like there's memory problems, and he's got to make sure.
I'm
that
the stoner.
Performance problems, I mean, it happens to
We've
everybody.
all had performance
Look,
issues from
yeah,
time
you
to
know,
time.
like-
It's okay.
I haven't seen that show in so
I
long.
told you I once
so I
stole
knew
my
I would-
stepdad's Viagra once.
Yeah,
turned
you
into
did.
Superman.
Well,
All right, let's-
and like sometimes you just need to have like a little something
No.
to help.
No,
right,
I
to
haven't.
boost your
Nothing to
confidence.
help. I haven't seen the show in forever, so I needed reminders. And I
Of
so I
course,
watched
you
some like.
needed reminders.
Well,
This
hey,
I
is
barely
what a
remembered it.
podcast
They don't
about
remember it.
Loki
That show
sounds like, by the way.
Guys, let's talk about what we are talking about so
Yes.
that people
Alright.
know.
Hey, I think we should let
what we're
Dane
talking
still do
about.
like a little intro because he's good at it. He does all the time.
he is good.
Oh,
he has a
shit.
good radio
Oh, God.
voice.
Hey, how's it going out there? I hope you guys are having a great time. Whenever and wherever you're listening to this from. This is Mad About Media, a show in which we get mad for multiple reasons. Some of it has to do with us being mad as in passionate. Some of it has to do with mad as in angry. But we love what we are going to talk about, and we might fight with each other.
And we
Yeah.
might be mad about what we're
We
talking
might.
Hey,
be
what
mad.
what happens when we get mad or when we speak over
'Cause
somebody?
There's got to be some kind
Yeah.
of like repercussion.
Okay, so should we have to chug a full beer or just a certain, like a 30-second chug or what?
that
what?
might as well be a full beer.
Yeah, 30 seconds definitely a full.
Yeah.
Hold on now. Joe's got to drive. We got to be safe, and
Okay.
we
Joe
got.
didn't prepare, even though we've talked about
I'm
this
gonna,
for
I'm gonna,
weeks.
I'm gonna drink fake beer.
We have to. I do have some fake beer in there, so Joe will have to chug down fake beer.
Okay, you got some more
Ooh.
I got.
duels?
That
It's
shit-
not O'Doul's.
Is
It's
it Jaime?
St. Pauli Girl, and it tastes really good actually.
there you go.
Yeah, and there's a
Alright.
hot lady on the
and
front.
it should be
Yeah,
just
yeah,
as
she's
in
like
fact,
hot lady.
remember when I chugged that beer the other day?
Yeah, that was fake.
That was fake because I didn't really want to
You
get that.
You
but-
bastard.
But it
You
feels the
sly
same.
motherfucker.
It feels the same.
Was
guys.
that a real
It's like
PBR that
CBD.
you just shot?
This
Joe?
this is a real PBR.
I don't believe it. You injected it.
But yeah, so today I believe we're talking about Loki. Some of us really like it.
Oh,
some
I
of
didn't
us,
sign
The
up for this.
show.
Not the character, but the show.
Well,
You didn't
Well,
sign
both,
up for
but-
this. You have notes in front of you for this.
Specifically the show.
we have to talk about the character because the character changed completely in the show. But yes.
But that's kind of, I guess the point of the show. So
If the character changed by the end of the show, yes, but the character changes in the first episode,
guys-
but it's okay.
So guys,
we're
what
gonna get there.
What we're saying is, like,
So the thing-
some of us like the show. Some people really liked it. Probably a lot of you guys listening to this, all 2 of you, love the show. But then there's some of us that kind of like didn't really like it, like didn't jive with it,
That
and then
had
there's
a
some of
similar
us.
last name.
There's some of us that just fucking hated it. So
I feel like he just pointed at me.
So John is one of the ones who
loved it.
really fucking loved
Hey,
it.
we're not into. Yeah, I love it. Right, exactly.
Me, not a huge fan.
No,
I
I knew.
didn't care for the very creative ending.
Yeah, but I think
I really just like it when like
witches fly in the air and
which fly in the air, or if the bad guys just the exact same as the good guy, just an evil version.
that's a
and
good
they
one.
fight.
That's a good one too.
Yeah,
Well, and I
that's the
love
But they
best.
do that all the
Yeah.
I
time.
love
Yeah.
when our expectations are subverted.
Yeah,
what I
that's the
like,
best
you know?
part. Yep, yep.
True.
Especially when a character you love is just completely destroyed.
That's my favorite part of Last Jedi.
Oh God!
I love how they
Wrong
destroyed. I
episode.
love how they destroyed
Wait.
Rey's character because she was such a
I was
classic.
about to say destroyed Rey's character.
Well, and Rose's character. I can't believe they
Yeah.
destroyed
Wait,
it.
was
to
it
be
Ray or Mary Sue? I forgot what her
fair-
name was.
Mary Sue's a title.
Are you allowed to say Mary Sue?
No.
On
Yeah,
the
that's
air?
not
anymore.
racist.
We're on the air right now.
Oh, sorry.
It's kind of sexist though, because that would kind of suggest that
There's
I
a
don't know,
website
Luke
that's like
Skywalker
a
couldn't be Mary Sue
pro-feminist
in the
website
original
called the
trilogy.
Mary
Why
Sue.
can't a man be married?
Did I just say that?
Actually, a man can be married.
Shit. I thought it was
It's like a
another
Gary Lou.
Yeah.
All right, guys, time out.
All right.
Time out here. So, how are we gonna like start this out? Like, cause we got to talk about this show.
Here,
But John's got note cards.
I don't have note cards.
John does in
Here's how
fact
we're
have
gonna-
no cards.
here's how we're gonna.
I just knew that
We've
because
had-
no one wanted
we've
to take
had
the
a-
reins.
We've
I
had
decided.
we've had a very, very, very good, I guess, intro, and now that everybody knows what we're going to talk about, I want you guys
are
to
we talking
continue talking. I'm going to stand up just in case because I'm kind of paranoid, and I'm just going to save this audio real quick, and then we'll really, really get into it. But you guys can keep on talking.
okay.
I'm just going to slightly.
Can you
move.
get me a
There's been some
lifesaver
technical
gummy
issues.
that's only a piece of candy?
I can't do that, but what I can give you is some a gummy that is infused with marijuana.
That's,
Will that work?
That's
Does it
what I
have
was referring to. I was
weed?
just trying to be a little down low about it.
Yeah, God, Drew.
God. Aren't those not lifesavers?
True.
Lightsabers?
Lightsabers?
Yeah, lightsabers.
Metronome.
You should
Yeah.
take that count in out.
I'm mad now.
That's gonna be ridiculous.
All right, I got a drink.
Me, Nick, and Joe all hate metronomes a lot. I think everyone here
Should we
does.
just talk about metronomes?
Oh my God, metronomes are the
sorry.
worst. If you're a drummer and you're not a theory-based drummer, it's fucking terrible.
Dude.
But
the metronome, if you're a good enough drummer, like you can be the quarterback of the band.
Yeah.
well, guys, so it was cool, and I want to talk about metronomes that were in Loki because there were a lot in Loki.
Joe has to go home. So
Yeah, just one.
So, guys,
so look.
I don't wanna be
no,
fucking on another
no,
planet.
I just want to know. So the first thing I want to know is,
Oh God.
Oh, let's hear it.
I just want to know what you liked about it.
Oh, what I liked
Okay,
about Loki?
in case the sarcasm, went over everyone's head.
Yeah.
Nick and Drew loved it. It was their favorite show ever. And
It's my favorite MCU
It's right next to
show.
Gilmore
it's
Girls.
your favorite MCU show?
Yeah.
All right, tell me why. Tell me why.
Jesus.
Okay, well, like Tom Hiddleston is fucking amazing. Like he's fucking built for the character. I fucking love the character. I know there are things that you didn't love that they did with the character.
No, I've
and
always
we'll-
loved the character Loki.
But
yes.
you did not like the way they treated the character in the show. I disagree. I think they did absolutely fucking fantastic with the character. They set it up where, it's 2012 Loki. So it's the,
Evil
previous evil, cunning, whatever Loki.
in his prime.
In his prime. And then they send him on this fucking very sort of humbling fucking experience, this journey where, he goes to this fucking place and he's like, what the fuck is up with y'all, dude? And basically figures out that he can't fucking do shit there.
Yeah, realizes he ain't shit.
He ain't shit compared to the TVA.
Wow.
Realizes that even fucking Infinity Stones are fucking paperweights. Like,
Which Can I just interject here?
Yeah, of course.
Which I understand why a lot of people would have an issue with that. Here's the thing why it's not an issue with me before we even get into it.
The
So
multiverse?
when it starts to, the paperweight joke, and I realize that that's kind of a Ralph Boner to some people.
I like that too.
The thing is,
You like
here,
the Ralph Boone?
Oh my
the
god.
thing is,
I liked it because I knew all of y'all would hate it. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
No,
Drew.
fine.
That's why
so
he
the
likes
thing is
Loki.
here, and they haven't exactly stated where this TVA situation takes place. But the thing is, it's definitely between universes, right?
Right.
So, if you're not in the, and this goes as far back even as the comics, how Infinity Stones are going to work differently depending on which universe that you're in, right?
Right.
If you're not in any set
I have an
universe,
example
but
after
there
you're
is-
done.
There's no real reason why any said Infinity Stone would work in that realm, and since there
But
are
they
so
proved
many-
that wrong in Endgame, kind of.
Well, they Endgame is incoherent.
I'm
and
saying.
ridiculous, and we'll
So
talk about that in another
Endgame completes. Yeah.
In Endgame, they said you remove one stone and it
Right.
spews
So
into an
I'll go-
alternate
that-
timeline.
yep.
Yeah.
So-
well, they are. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
no, to back up what you said though, just specifically about
But they
that.
also said, well, Endgame is for a different day because
Yeah.
the way that you have.
But it
problems
was
with-
written first. So
All right,
they
so
set
there was
the
a situation
rules.
in the comics.
Yeah, but there were so many contradictions within
I was
going to
say
they didn't follow-
they
Endgame
didn't
episodes.
follow their
Written
own
first.
rules in the movies.
So,
sure.
so what,
Back me up, Joe.
if they
Okay.
came
I want to
out-
hear what Dane
Yeah,
has to
Dane,
say.
what do you got?
All right. So,
gonna-
so basically, the principles of the Infinity Stones is different based on the universe it's in. This happened in Marv Wolfman and George Perez's JLA Avengers, in which Darkseid, basically, this one universal concept called the Grandmaster, actually the character is the Grandmaster,
Yep.
really powerful in the comics, but Jeff Goldblum in the fucking MCU. But he puts all these different artifacts in different places in Marvel and DC. He puts on Apocalypse, which is Darkseid's home, the Infinity Gauntlet. Darkseid goes to put it on. It doesn't work for him, and he says it's a stupid fucking glove and just throws it. So the concept, at least in the comics, established that the stones might be different and more powerful based on what universe it's in.
Right.
So
The comics did that.
yes, but
Endgame didn't. And Endgame.
broke its rules many
it
times,
did.
especially
Well,
at that
okay,
ending
it
where
did.
they
Sorry.
just completely
Again, we're
destroyed
not talking
everything.
about
Captain
Endgame.
America.
No, we're not.
versus
We're not
my-
accepting
but regardless-
that it's
okay,
still
wait,
an
wait, hold on,
MCU
hold on.
universe.
Yeah, but
So-
but what if we're saying that the TVA exists outside of the various
All that,
multiverses?
right?
Yeah.
Sure. That's what I got, right, when I watched it.
Yeah. Okay.
And that
so we
makes
can
sense.
agree there.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
fine with the Infinity Stone
Okay.
thing.
So let's continue on like various reasons that I liked the show. Is
Yes,
that where we're
yes,
going?
yes.
Okay. So yeah. So I mean, I liked. Oh, we're good. So I liked. I liked that sort of setup. I liked the notion of TVA. Owen Wilson's fucking great.
Wow.
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 He doesn't say that once in the
I
show,
know.
though, does he?
They
I know.
do.
It's
They
so
do. And-
disappointing.
gotta
And that
be
was
saving
another
it. They
reason.
gotta be
That was
saving it.
another reason why I didn't like this show. I was waiting all season
It's like waiting
for a
for
while,
it.
and it never
They
happened.
knew it. Like
Yeah,
him on the
it did.
jet ski going, wow.
No, dude, but like, okay, yeah, even like the jet ski fucking thing, like that was like just an awesome little bit.
And if we don't see him at some point on a jet ski, then I will concede to John and say, "Fuck this show."
That's the
Okay.
only reason.
That's the only reason, because that would be the best part of the show.
But
I
I love the
kid, I
dynamic
joke.
that those two characters like build with one another. I love how like Owen Wilson can like push his buttons and doesn't trust him, but like they ultimately like build this relationship throughout the show so that at the end you're like really fucking heartbroken when fucking Loki comes back and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" Yeah, like nobody fucking remembers him, and you're like, "Fuck, man, like that sucks, dude." And even like when he hugs Loki at the end, you feel that, and like, and then he kind of like says to Sylvie like, "You're my favorite," which is
She would be my favorite too.
yeah, she is fucking. Which brings me
'Cause
to
she's
another
a
point.
woman?
Sylvie is
This
fucking
is coming
awesome.
from a place of sexism.
You think Sylvie's awesome?
Oh, dude, I think Sylvie is fucking great, man.
Dang.
Like, okay,
Oh, and I think it's the most Loki thing in the world.
Yeah,
for the
that's so
one time that he
narcissistic
falls
and
in love with
Loki.
somebody is that it's himself.
That's
It's a
one thing
very-
I do
yep.
agree with.
is
Like
that he's so
100%.
narcissistic
Yes.
he
Yep.
would fall in
Yes.
love with a female
yeah,
version of
absolutely.
himself.
But I mean, I just think the character in general. I think if you think about like what would a Loki do in that sort of situation?
Which situation?
Basically, where she's set to be pruned, and she's like, "Wait, no, this isn't fucking fair." And so what she does is she
Prune.
sets act. You don't remember what pruned is?
I forgot what
It's
it was
like you're
called.
dying,
I'm
but
telling
you're
you, I
not
don't
really
remember the
dying.
show.
Remember,
I know.
that's where they
I know.
get little,
I know
zapped
now
with a
that
little
you said
stick
it, yeah.
and they go. Yeah.
I forgot what I called it when I was writing these.
Well,
Something not pruned.
It's pruned.
They get stuck with the stick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
But like,
Check it out.
You know,
when she-
prunes, they also like, help you
My grandmother
go
told
to
me
the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I shit one. Never mind.
Nick, continue.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, I mean, I think like her plan, like to get revenge on the TVA, and specifically up to the point in the last episode about how like even though she like knows that she should not fucking go through with it, she's so fucking set in her ways. She's like, there's no fucking way I'm not going. I've come.
She's emotional.
come this far.
No, she's been planning it for years.
mean,
years.
like her
But
whole
what's her
entire
plan?
life.
What
Yeah.
is her plan?
Her. What do you mean?
What's her plan?
Her plan is to get back at the fucking people who
By doing
stole
what?
her life by fucking ending the TVA.
Ending
By
the TVA,
destroying
which
it.
would
I think
end
it's
the
more just
whole
getting revenge
universe?
on the guy whoever, like, I mean, the way that she tried to, chop off the heads of the robots.
Of
I mean,
the
she
robots,
just wants
yeah.
to kill irrationally whoever is responsible for her having to run away her whole entire
And
life.
hide in
Whoever took
apocalypses
away-
for the
They
rest
were
of
like
her
they
fucking
were like
life.
they were like Disney robots, like on a ride.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were kind of like that. Yeah. But
subverting
Wizard of Oz.
expectations.
It-
just
It didn't. It was Wizard of Oz. But yeah.
yeah,
no, it
it
was.
was. Yeah,
The
that's a
tale
good
as old
point.
as time,
Yeah,
Ulysses.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like I love her character. Probably my favorite, just in general, part about the show is, well,
Everybody
a couple
stop.
things.
Oh,
One,
shit. Hold on.
No,
Something's
hold
happening.
that thought. Remember what you were gonna say.
Remember that. Don't forget that.
don't forget what you were about to say.
We good? All right, we're okay.
Okay, so you're at 1. Number 1 of something.
Oh no, just like yeah, my so yeah, I got a few favorite.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Okay, go.
And we're back.
That had nothing to do with the recording. Continue. I'm sorry about that.
So yeah, like probably my favorite part of the whole show is definitely the ending, like how it basically is different from every other Marvel show, where it's literally just
most
characters talking. Yeah, in almost all the movies, it's just characters talking
Exposition.
in a room. I mean, yeah, there is
For
exposition
a
in
future
there.
universe that hasn't happened yet. But yes.
For many. I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Many movies, many shows, none of that has affected anything.
yeah, but
yes.
that doesn't mean that it's not intriguing, and you're looking
It's
at
intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at it specifically as just exposition, then I think you're missing the point. Because like, what makes it so intriguing is given that information, what those characters do with it. Our Loki is like, fuck, maybe we should rethink this situation. And like I said, set up, with how I feel about Sylvie, she is like, dude, I've come this far. This motherfucker has to die.
Which shows a lot of growth in the character. Now, whether you like the growth or not, that's
For Loki.
That's
Well,
your own.
yes, for
opinion.
Loki, yes.
For Loki, well, he had that growth in the first episode, though. How would he have made a different decision between the first episode and the sixth episode?
Explain how he had the growth in the first episode then.
Because he
I don't
saw a
agree with
movie of himself and he was like, I didn't mean to do bad things.
Oh,
And
but
that
he's
was it.
still. But
The
he's
very last line of the first episode, because I watched it last night, he kind of gets this evil smirk on his face and says "glorious purpose" because he is determined to defeat the TVA
Yep.
and get an audience. He did
When he-
not
when
make
he
that.
and
says
he's
that-
constantly
at the end of the first episode, he wants to control the TVA.
Right, he said that to Sylvie in the second episode, right? But it almost sounded like a lie. The way I don't know if it's the way he
No, I'm
acted.
talking about the first episode.
I know, but that idea came from the second episode of him saying he wants to take over the TVA. He didn't say that in the first episode.
He
said it in the second
the whole
episode.
first episode, he's trying to get an audience with the TVA, and his kind of thought process is he wants to kill
You
them
could
and
see
take over.
his thought
I
process.
watched it. Dude, yeah, man, I'm fucking like, I got.
Come
all
on.
sorts-
He
Dude,
says it in the
dude,
second
come
episode
on.
too,
right.
Sylvie.
We're splitting hairs here.
Yeah.
Yes. In the second episode, he petitions Sylvie to join him to take over the TVA. That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't that seem like a lie though? The way he delivered that line, like it seemed like he was
I
just
haven't-
trying to drag her in.
It could be. It could be, but that's
He
still.
is Loki.
But that's the thing. Even if that is a lie, that's still him being like mischievous and trying to one up everybody, not thinking about anybody but himself.
And at
But
the
by the
end,
end of the show,
he's honest and
yeah.
he cares and he doesn't want to. He said, "I don't want a throne. I just want you to be okay." He has never.
But he
felt
cared in
love his
episode
whole
3
entire
when
life.
that world was ending. He cared about the people that were dying. He was like, "Oh, these people are gonna die. The ship's leaving." So he cared there.
To an extent, we're
No, he
halfway through his arc. Not enough to still want to get the fuck off.
Here's
the
my
planet
question
first.
about something involving Loki. We got to experience a large arc in which
Sorry, John,
Loki,
are you okay? Or are you getting mad?
I'm getting mad.
where Loki
God.
became
Oh,
a
it's going
good,
down.
something that's not really in the comics. Loki's never a good guy in the comics. He's never really reasonable.
No.
He's always a piece of shit. He literally becomes a female version of himself just to like piss off people instead of falling in love with himself.
And
But
that
in
was
the
only for like one comic.
yeah,
Which is not who she is. By
No,
the way.
no.
He created her in a later.
Yeah.
just
But-
kind of a
modern-
mix between Enchantress, I believe, and
yeah, they had it. Well, no,
Should've been
that's
Enchantress.
Hela. That's Hela specifically. They combined Enchantress with Hela. But my whole thing is, we saw many years working up to getting Loki into becoming somewhat of a good person, and this series tried to do that same version of Loki that was evil. It's like they accomplished it in 2 episodes. So that was one of my things that I had an issue with from the beginning of the series.
Right.
That itself, like, there was a lot of stuff that happened to Loki, including Asgard literally getting destroyed, that turned him into that version.
Right.
But when, and this is a genuine question, at what point of our Loki, the one that you guys would, most people would consider the legitimate Loki, at what point did he actually redeem himself? Like, I know that he tried, and he died with
Yeah.
Thanos, but did he ever actually learn? I mean, even at the end of your favorite film, Ragnarok, I mean, he's still just trying to fuck with Thor. Like, he never really turns that new leaf. I mean, he kind of does, but I mean, and I know that he was trying to trick Thanos at the end there, but did he never really? And that's
And
okay.
everyone forgets
if you
about
don't want him
Coulson.
to redeem
Like at that
himself,
point, he
that's
was just
fine.
kind of trying to save Thor because he loves
Yeah,
Thor,
because
but not like
but there was never really any true redemption
Yeah.
arc. I mean, you get as close as you can for a character like Loki, and whether you want him to be able to redeem himself or not, this was an actual redemptive arc for Loki.
Well, he didn't really redeem himself here either.
And who
This is the
who
same
doesn't want to
Loki.
see actually Loki and Thor together at least one last time
Yeah.
as real
But
brothers,
this was the Loki that
which we probably will
killed.
never see because the way
I don't
things
wanna
is
see it.
going.
No.
That's a
This was the
whole
version
other
of
show,
Loki
ladies.
that killed Coulson and tried to take over the fucking world.
Yes.
And then he's kind of
Right.
redeemed very shortly after that.
I don't
very quickly.
At what point do y'all?
until the
No, I'm talking about Loki the series compared to how his arc is in the movies.
Uh-oh,
Because this
lower
is
your
direct.
voice.
No. I'm just saying this is 2012 Loki. So he's going
gonna be tough,
into
'cause I
the
agree.
Loki verse. The Loki miniseries. This is the same one that would need several years to get to that level within the course of the movies. So I just, like I always said, I thought it was very. This is literally right after he kills Coulson and fucking
Yeah,
tries to take
he
over
just
the world.
killed Coulson.
You got
and
a
he
point there.
Right.
waged
but-
war on
All right.
the world.
So I agree with Dane because I felt like that's one of the things I didn't like about the show. I just felt like it was very expedited as far as his transformation goes.
Okay.
And well, I mean, the argument that I've heard of fans, it might have been you, maybe somebody else, because I know so many people that love that show. They said, well, if you saw yourself die and were shown your whole life in front of you, you'd probably have a quick transformation too. And I'm like, well, that's a thing we could debate on.
Yeah.
I would just debate the fact that he had a quick transformation.
Really?
Y'all
Episode
where-
3. Episode 3.
Okay, where
He cared about the whole
specifically-
planet.
So like,
Yeah.
He said they're just going to leave all these people.
Was
That's
that with
not
the
Loki.
train? Was that when they were getting
No,
on the
not
train?
on the train. On the
Or no?
train too, he did sympathize too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but mainly when the shuttle was leaving, when the world was about to end, he was like, they're just leaving. They're going to leave all these
Yeah,
people. Like
I
that's
remember
not Loki.
that.
That's
that didn't
not Loki.
sit well with me.
If I can, I'd like to interject, and if I have to, chug the beer to make sure that I can get this out before I completely forget, I will.
Okay.
When it comes to having such a quick transformation, because you're right, he did have a very quick transformation. I think that there has to be something said about the way his understanding works after he sees something as absolutely mind altering as the TVA, realizing that everything that he's ever known, all the power that he thought he had, was nothing. It didn't have anything to do with him seeing himself die. It
puts him on a level of.
It's just kind of a little bit of humility because he has no other choice. A desk clerk has more power in the TVA than he does. None of his powers work. He realizes that there's something actually above him, and he has to kind of change his way of thinking if he wants to somehow get to the top of things, because that is his plot at first until he, discovers true love in himself.
Okay, I want to say.
All right, whoever's fucking outside the studio, we should have put the light on.
Yeah.
All right, I got two things I want to say. Number one, so looking back at it now, the first episode and talking about that power scale and how that would definitely fuck with you, especially if you're Loki and you are so power hungry, and like you said, a desk clerk has more power than him. Mm-hmm. I remembered now the first episode I fucking loved. I really liked the first episode, and after that, it was all downhill from there for me. But that setup
sounds like a Marvel show.
Well, that setup was awesome. But the second thing I want to say is, how do we determine somebody's mad? Because there could be a mad-o-meter, but then we could have a vote. We could have a quick vote, hey, who thinks Joe's mad? Raise your hand.
Well, I think we all kind of looked at each other there for a second with Dane.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to, but
but you would have gotten voted as mad.
I think he was. The meter was in
close.
Yellow. It wasn't red.
Yeah,
it wasn't red.
I didn't see red.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's discuss this matometer. One thing that I am going to do once again, and I hate that I have to keep, but you guys can keep on talking. What I am about to do is I'm going to stop. I'm going to save. I'm going to save as a new, and I'm going to bring it all the way back because I don't know if a fucking 30-minute long session will.
You want to, while you're up, can you check my camera and make sure it's still alive?
Yes, I can.
Without.
All right, well, this
Drew,
is.
can you piss
but I'm
forward?
gonna keep talking. Did you have something to say though?
But before anything really important, I'm gonna stop it. And I'm gonna save it as another thing and start it all the way back
so
over
don't
from
talk.
the beginning.
Okay.
Just so we're gonna have multiple sessions because I don't.
I think 30 minutes would be fine.
I had something, but I mean.
Don't worry, I have plenty.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why he took notes.
Just keep going.
Maybe.
No, I'll you go ahead.
I
note
took
taker.
notes mainly to literally have conversation topics.
Yeah. Well, I will refute things.
Refute.
I will refute.
I will.
I honestly.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
What about
We'll do
then?
that on the next podcast.
Yeah,
Let's go back to Loki, guys.
Okay, yeah, Loki.
All right.
All right,
back.
so
We're back.
and we're back.
Hold on.
We just had to have some messages from our sponsors.
But hey,
Blue Chew.
and then we'll have Dane create a fake commercial later.
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys listened?
Sponsored by Old Crow Bourbon Whiskey.
The best damn whiskey.
You know what's high? A crow.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
All right.
You know what else is high?
So hey,
I want to hear
That
more.
shit flies higher than the Falcons. I'll tell you
when
that.
we cut, John, you were busy fucking off. I think you were pissing.
Yeah,
Drew,
pissed.
you were almost getting mad, but you weren't mad.
I did shotgun the beer though, which we might want to.
But me and Dane and Nick were talking, and Nick said that he really didn't remember or forgot because it's been a while since he's seen it, as well it has been for me. But
I smoke weed.
It didn't even register to him when he was watching it that Loki cared about
Put
people,
it like that.
right? No, you said that.
It didn't really even register in his feeble
No,
mind.
no,
that, like,
no. But
That's what he said. He just said that.
I really don't remember that either, though. I mean, I remember when he found out that.
That's why we need a guy on the computer
We
to
need
look
a-
up the
we
scene.
need a
Hey,
guy
I
to
Jamie,
remember when he found out that
Jamie, bring it
Asgard
up.
got destroyed, and he was like, "Yes, very sad," which he didn't really give a shit about.
Anyways.
So
Right,
yeah,
Asgard,
That's a meme.
but not that random planet that he was on.
All right,
Asgard
you
didn't
guys
care.
go
All right.
more in random detail of what you have set up for formatting.
Yeah,
and-
didn't you
and-
say you got a lot to get to
Yeah, I
first
do.
before episode 3?
I do.
So why
I
don't
do.
we go ahead
So let's go here. So okay.
How many episodes are this fucking series? 9?
Six.
6. Okay, that's not
Six.
that bad.
Long fuckery. Anyway, we can go. Okay, so if you want to start, the first thing that irritated me is the What's the
The
lady's
first
name?
second of the show.
Yes, well, it reminded me of The Last Jedi, and that's why you guys like it, because it was Luke Skywalker throwing his lightsaber. Loki got smacked in the face with from some random lady. Why did that happen? How did that happen?
I knew that you were going to talk about this.
Because that's the first thing.
And first of all, let me
forgot about that.
let me start this out with I did not like the fact that Luke Skywalker just threw his lightsaber.
Oh, I thought you loved
I
it.
did like The Last Jedi. I
Okay.
did not like that
All right,
moment,
all right.
especially since the whole theater laughed.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
It's played for comedic effect.
Get your
and it
facts
shouldn't.
straight.
Right.
Yeah.
I did
Respect
like the movie.
a
Did not like
Jedi's
that part.
weapon.
I don't really mind it. It's fine.
And
That's
so
'cause
here's
you
the
don't like
thing.
Star Wars.
Here's the thing. The only explanation I have for this is the best explanation I can give you,
All right.
because I knew you were going to talk about this. The element of surprise, and once the connect happened, that's that little fucking pruning thing, whatever, slowed him down, whatever. He was frozen. Like the element of surprise, the only thing that I had. He
No,
wasn't.
that was a
expecting to
slow
hit.
motion camera.
No, he was. Oh, fuck you. Once it connected, it would have not normally done a damn thing, but there was like fucking TVA magic involved. And once
Okay,
it
explain that.
connected-
TVA doesn't have magic, so explain.
TVA has its own magic.
They said magic doesn't work in the TVA.
And you said his magic doesn't work in.
No, they
in
said
the
magic
TVA.
doesn't.
Okay,
so
well then
maybe
it's
not magic,
science.
It's their technology.
TVA's
What?
technology.
Yeah.
It's their
their
okay,
technology.
but in the next 3 episodes later, Sylvie kicks the shit out of every TVA agent in the TVA down
Okay,
the hall.
so but she has fought them for years.
So she's more powerful than Loki?
Well, she at least is more knowledgeable about her opponent.
No, that's a power thing. That's a strength thing. That's not a knowledge
Well,
thing.
John,
Well, but like he
she's
didn't know what
John,
he was.
John.
Oh wait.
When
hold on,
she
hold
hit him
on.
like hold on. When she hit him like that, they were not in the TVA. They were on Earth. And when they fought,
So
they
TVA
were in the
has
TVA.
magic.
Maybe. It didn't say yes or no. But
Okay.
if there was magic, it could have worked
There's
on
a
Earth.
greater problem with all of this.
But
with
no,
the
there's
TVA.
there's
That's
well,
what
no,
I'm getting
just
to.
so
But,
many
like,
different
I
different
think-
but
god
that's just
groups.
such a. There's a lot more to hate about Loki than
No,
that.
there is.
Yeah.
But that's the first thing that threw me off.
I'm just gonna
Thank
throw
you.
that one out
Thank
there.
you.
Well, I mean, if
you
we're gonna,
guys agree on
For
something.
sure. For sure. I agree.
if we're
guys
gonna
agree.
point out problems, that's
I'm
not
just starting
really
at the
a huge
beginning.
one.
That was the first thing that was
Well,
like,
but-
dude, what?
But okay, but like, so in correct me if I'm wrong here, but like you said, like, her having like it's not a knowledge thing. Well, he walked up like it was just like somebody who wasn't going to be able to do shit to him, but then she could. Whereas
So she has
Sylvie,
Hulk strength.
No, it was
don't
once it
think that's
connected. Once it connected, that's when whatever technology or magic or whatever you wanted to
So
be,
you think in the
slowed it
stick
down.
in the stick thing,
If
has,
it was just a regular punch, he would have just been like, "Ow!" But since it slowed everything down,
That
you
was
know,
a
oh, you're
camera.
feeling all that pain
just
and all the fucking.
just a few hours ago, he was fighting Thor, the god of thunder. Like, and, they
and
were throwing
Hulk,
hands
Hulk
at each
threw him
other.
down as hard as that lady hit him. So
true.
it was
'cause-
just weird.
Well, I mean, he's a puny god.
That's true. So she's a god, or what?
Well,
like
no,
what's her
she-
power?
She's like I think the TVA.
She's a human. Actually, they explain later she's just a human.
Yeah, but like with
variant of a
but
human.
with a variant of a human,
Right.
but within the
we
TVA.
don't know. We don't know what kind of powers they might have bestowed upon her. though.
Yeah,
but
like-
it's not explained. So maybe they.
It's not explained.
It's not explained.
It's not explained.
So anything could be
So that's-
possible.
yeah.
Okay. So,
So
that's going to be the
so
reasoning
moving
for
on.
the rest of it. Let's go. All right. So why did they take
Wait,
Loki?
hold on, real quick. Why does it matter?
Because it destroys Loki's power scale immediately. He has powers on Earth. He's on Earth. He has his powers. He doesn't have powers in the TVA, so that makes sense.
Right.
But on Earth he does. But
Okay.
he gets his jaw broken almost from one little smack.
No, he doesn't.
Dude,
the
I mean,
jaw
remember,
doesn't break.
all right, so let's.
I gotta ask John.
No, that's
Did
just
you
once again,
recap
that's
the show that you hate
that's
like
the slowing
yesterday? Did
down.
you watch all
just
of it?
like if you slowed down the video camera, and you just get
Dude,
in the
if
face
we
like
go
that,
back-
you'll see your face
Hey,
like fucking
For sure. But
Hey.
no one can do that to a god.
And when he woke up, he was
No
he
human
was-
could do that
if
to
we
a
go
god.
back
He's
to the
not a
Avengers,
god. How many times in the MCU does it make it very
compared to
clear
any
that
humans,
he's not
which
a god?
she's a human, compared to any humans,
Wait.
he is a god.
all right, Joe
back-
had his hand raised
That
first.
doesn't make sense.
Oh, I had my hand raised first.
No, but
Go
to
back.
humans, He's a god, is he not?
So
Yeah,
like,
but,
go
like,
back.
I mean,
But we've established with the power of the people in the TVA that they have.
let's give
they're not
Joe
just
a
regular
second.
humans,
Let's give
right?
Joe a
They
second.
are humans.
Thank
They're
you,
just
Joe.
variants. They did something wrong.
They started off as humans, but like once they're like in the TVA, like
Then they're mutated humans.
They
They're
never said
inhumans.
that. They never
Hey,
said that.
No, I'm not saying they're mutants. I'm just saying like
They're
that,
inhumans.
that they're like
God.
the
The
people
best
within the
show
TVA
ever to
are-
come out
No,
of
they're
Marvel.
they're just humans who weren't meant to be alive in the sacred timeline. That's it. But they're
Right.
still humans.
Okay, and so like
They were
but
meant to be alive in the sacred timeline. They just weren't meant to do whatever they did. That
we're not arguing that,
Sure,
though.
sure.
Well, and I just got something to add. If we go back a couple of days prior during the Avengers film, a couple of days ago, Captain America fought Loki for the first time, and Loki defeated Captain America pretty much. Iron Man had to step in and help him. That's how powerful Loki
Captain
is.
America is a superhuman.
Captain America is the strongest superhuman, or at that
What's
time.
that lady's name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Good
she was
show,
the
good
main,
show.
John, I
was
would
the-
expect you to remember right now more
I
than
don't.
anyone.
I don't. I don't even think they ever named her.
No, but she was like she was a central character in the
She
show.
was,
though.
and
Yeah.
none of us know her name.
and they kind of killed her off like in a really weird
They
way.
did.
Like
They
it's
killed
just
her off?
and they were like, "What? Did she die?"
I
Like I mean, she
forgot.
showed up to save the day, right?
Yeah.
And then she just kind of just.
She got pruned,
I wasn't
right?
about that scene.
Did she get? If she got pruned, then she's still okay.
She
Wait,
didn't
what
get
happened in
pruned,
that
no. That was when they went.
That's
They went to go
right.
talk to the
There was-
fake timekeepers or whatever, and then she shows up to save the
It
day.
was-
tosses.
it was the Last Jedi throne
Tosses
fight.
Sylvie her pruning
It was-
device, whatever you want to say, and she was like, "I'm here to save." That's not what she said, but I'm here to save the day. Then like throws a punch, and then she I don't know if she's dead or something.
I don't remember
But
either.
there is something to that because she was destroyed. I mean, she was knocked out really
So
quickly.
I'm just saying.
The only thing I can come up with is the element of the surprise and the fact right when there was the connection, it slowed everything down.
No,
That's
it's
the only thing I got.
to me, it's
That's the
bad
only thing I got.
writing. It's just literally to say this is a new power that no one's ever seen. That's it.
I think
It's
Marvel,
almost as
even
bad.
during
It's
the
almost
good
as bad
writing,
as the,
they've
it's almost
done
as bad
that.
as the writing as Endgame. Almost as bad.
No,
Oh,
it's
Jesus.
worse. Trust me. Trust me. It's worse.
Oh, wait till next time.
Oh,
when
no.
we talk about Endgame.
Oh,
That's what
we're not
Disney's
done
doing now.
with this show.
Oh, I know. I know.
All right,
I
so
know.
let's move
I
on
know.
to why they took Loki. Explain that. Why'd they take Loki?
Because
Glorious purpose.
Well,
Well,
he
no,
was
why-
he was a whatchamacallit,
Variant. Explain that though. I need it explained to me.
okay, well, it's pretty. I mean, this is what I gathered. Once the Avengers went back in time and he picked up the fucking thing and
Yeah.
went away, that
Yeah.
was not supposed to fucking happen.
In
He
all
was
the
not
other
supposed to
timelines
do
where that happened, he didn't pick
he
it up.
didn't pick it up.
Right.
In that one particular timeline,
Timeline,
he
he
did
did.
pick it
So
up.
And because he did that, they took him because he wasn't supposed to,
Be a
according
part
to
of
the
that
sacred
timeline.
timeline.
And whatever
right?
would have
Yeah,
happened
because
there would have led
he
to a
was,
Kang.
whatever he was going to do in
Would have
that
led to
timeline
Kang.
would have led to a bad Kang.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or
so,
a Kang.
So
Another variant besides He Who Remains.
Right.
Because there are still other timelines. Right? It's not
there
that
are
he's...
other timelines.
Yeah,
There's
it's not
so
that
many,
he's pruning
man.
everything.
I mean,
he
just-
only prunes the timelines that will
Can I just say
eventually
a problem
lead to
right
Kang.
now with the MCU is the fact that we have this time contingency. We got the Eternals.
There's
we have
so much wrong
We
with
have
the
Doctor
MCU.
Strange.
That's,
we
um,
have.
And I
we have-
tried so hard.
And
we
it
have
was
so many fucking variants of different gods and different timelines and multiverses. The Spider-Man one, the Scarlet Witch concept. All these didn't even interact with multiverse
Dare
right?
talk bad about Spider-Man.
I'll talk shit about Spider-Man.
I mean, I love that movie, but there are some flaws, and none of them connect. None of them-
Zero flaws.
Okay,
the
well,
biggest-
Spider-Man is
back to the
flawless.
point at hand.
oh, you
John.
sound like the Green Goblin, dude.
So, like, you remember, like, the little screen with the
Maybe I am.
sacred timeline, right?
The
And
what?
The screen with the sacred timeline.
Yeah.
And, like, anytime something would, like, veer off the sacred timeline, it would be one timeline in a multitude of timelines that would start curving.
Right, but I thought
Yeah.
there were. So the one timeline's multiple.
Multiple timelines.
Yes.
Yeah. Because the only thing that matters is in the sacred timeline, which is actually multiple timelines, is just so that the only Kang that happens is the He
that
Who
one.
Remains. Yes.
Gotcha.
Right.
So-
because there's a difference between timelines and universes. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of different
Yeah.
universes within, and each universe has different timelines.
And
They
it's
need
different
to
than
make
the
it more
multiverse.
clear. They
So-
need
so
to
not-
make it more
Yeah,
not-
they're
so not every-
overcomplicating themselves.
So not every time a
it.
timeline's branched.
I know.
Do you
I
get
know
it?
you got
All right, let's skip to episode
we
2.
draw something?
The end of
Yeah.
episode 2. All right? Sylvie,
John
right?
goes, "Do you get it?"
Because I'm wondering. Sylvie, right? Her thing at the very end of episode 2 when it finally reveals that it's Sylvie, right?
Yes.
And her thing. Well, actually, I'll back up a little bit later, but her thing at the very end is that she has a bunch of the what are these called? The
Index
reset
cards?
charges.
Oh.
Reset. So there's a lot of
Yes.
items I have problems with. Reset charges. What the fuck? I'll let you explain that. But at the end of
It's
that
pretty
episode,
self-explanatory too.
all right,
That
explain it.
prunes the whole area.
Yeah,
Okay, explain.
it basically
Prunes it. Prunes it means
Well,
that they all go to that
It
other
prunes the
universe.
entire timeline.
yeah, it basically
No, because Owen Wilson said that it destroys it.
yeah.
That's
not
because
prunes.
because Owen Wilson doesn't know that it ends up
Wow.
at the end of time. He doesn't know that it ends
So
up.
the entire universe goes.
Nobody
to that.
knows that until they get there, except for like Ravonna and.
But
He
they
Who
didn't say
Remains.
that it prunes it. They never say that
Well,
that prunes.
So
the
like,
whole
when
universe.
you
what
get
is
to
your
the end of
okay?
time, you
let me
see-
explain it as I understood it, and then you can tell me
Alright.
like where you object, given how
Sure.
you saw it. So like you set this reset charge, and it takes everything back to square one.
Everything back to square one.
At
That's
the
not
moment
what they
that
said.
at the moment that timeline got off.
That's not what they said. It's a branch, and
Right.
so that's a whole new timeline. They
Yeah.
destroyed that timeline.
And it goes back to where it was.
It destroyed it. It doesn't go back. It destroyed it. That's what they said.
I don't remember.
No,
That's
you
not-
guys are both
Wait,
wrong.
wait,
Guys, you guys are both
hold
wrong.
on.
Bring
it
it up.
sends it to
Bring it
the
up.
end of time.
Can I-
It
Bring it
sends
up.
it to where Elias
Can I
is.
just
Nope.
can I say this?
Yeah.
It destroys that particular
Right.
timeline, but like I don't necessarily think just because it destroys that doesn't mean it doesn't reset it to where
does-
it was.
But it doesn't reset it. It just destroys this timeline.
They're
So
like
that's
dead.
still
but
there.
if
They're like
that timeline is
non-existent.
destroyed, then it would naturally go back
It
to where
doesn't
it
go
was
back though.
and
That's still
reset.
just the timeline. That
But, like,
timeline's a
I'm gonna
loop.
have
But
to
it
chug a
wouldn't-
beer here in a second
But
because it
wouldn't-
doesn't do either of those things. It doesn't destroy anything. It doesn't reset anything.
You're wrong. They never said it.
You can see entire freaking alternate time.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yes.
All right,
When
Drew.
you get to the end of time, whether it's one person, one event, an entire ship, everything, when they reset those few seconds, hours, whatever have you, resetting it prunes the entire everything in existence gets sent until that time where it started.
Where are you coming up with this? Because they
It's
don't say
in the
that.
show.
They don't say that.
It doesn't need to be in dialogue like some things.
No, but that they
That are in dialogue
specifically say
that they
what it
break.
says though, and they say that it destroys.
Because
you
they
about to go
don't
against
know.
Endgame
Because
again?
nobody knows except for He Who Remains, and then it's explained
except
once they are there.
except the big bad lady. What's her name? Ravonna. Ravonna
She's not
knows.
even completely
No, but she
completely sure
knows-
because at the
she
end
knows
when
what the pruning does.
when she when at the end
You just pruned
when
them.
she-
Pruned her.
no, because at the end even she is not completely in the know because at
She's
the end
having
when
sex
she
with-
lets
Who the fuck is
Owen
Ravonna?
Wilson when
She's
she
having
lets
sex-
Owen
she's with
Wilson
the judge.
live,
She's banging.
he
gang.
says,
She
"Where
knows.
will you go now?" And she says something along the lines of
God, what a
to find the
stupid line.
answers. And she
To
lets
find the answer? So she's good now.
no, she's not good, but she wants to know what the hell's going on too because she's been lied to just like everybody else.
Okay,
Now,
so
she-
you're just
There's a
assuming.
lot of
no,
deceiving.
it's in the show.
No, you're assuming.
When's the last time you watched it?
Yesterday. So tell me what you know
you had
about
to
it.
write these notes because you haven't seen
No,
it in
yesterday
forever.
I decided to
He
watch
took
it
my
and took
phone
it
and
in.
watched all of it again.
Wow.
That's
So
what I said a
explain.
while ago. Wow.
I mean, I
Nick
think,
likes it more than you. Explain the reset charges.
I mean, I think that's a pretty good explanation. I didn't necessarily pick up on that, but that makes sense to me.
Theorized.
It's the right explanation.
It's yeah.
Theorized.
But like, so
He
it-
thinks in the
I mean,
game-
Explained in the
I
show,
already-
not
he thinks
through
because of
dialogue.
the reset
but
charges, it resets it. But
it destroys.
it resets it for that timeline, but
It
it sends
resets-
the rest
it
to
resets
the end of
that,
time.
Yes, I think both of us.
You
are
think
right.
that because
Like,
of the orange magic? Because it's
No,
all
I think
orange.
that because it's explained in the show, just not
no,
through
they don't
dialogue.
explain it. They don't
Just not
explain
through dialogue. It shows it. Like just open your eyes and open your
No,
ears.
if
Once
it
they get
pruned
to
them,
the
if it pruned them when
place
the reset
beyond
charge
time,
went off,
right?
it would be
it's,
like
it's just like
no.
pruning a person,
But-
but it prunes the entire.
But it doesn't
timeline.
show it like
Or
that. It
from
literally
the-
just disintegrates it all.
It just like it disintegrates the person who gets
No,
pruned.
but it shows them at least. Your theory
All right.
is just behind.
It's not a theory.
all right,
It's shown in the show.
it's Einstein's
No, it's
theory.
not.
It is. Yes,
If
it is.
it's shown-
It shows entire like areas just crashing down into it. How the hell is a big freaking a submarine just chilling in that area at the end of
It couldn't
time?
just be pruned.
It didn't just get pruned with a stick.
Really? How do you know?
So you think the reset charges? So
that
the
makes
reset
sense.
charges go to that universe.
Wherever
Okay.
it starts.
No,
what's
just-
it
no.
called? The
What's it called?
place beyond time.
From the
No.
beginning of where it starts to skew of the branch, that entire branch gets sent to the
Okay,
end.
but
Right.
but now that
and
you
then,
mentioned
and then everything, like all the other timelines
I
that
get
go
that.
off that
I get that.
continue on.
Right,
So like
I get that.
since
Yeah.
you talked
Yeah,
about
I'm
all
not-
the
I
weird
just
shit
don't-
like the
it doesn't
submarine,
reset,
even though I
it
was being a
destroy-
smart
like,
ass.
the
Wait,
way
wait,
they-
that makes sense.
I got multiple people talking.
Thank you,
I'm
Joe.
not
Hey,
here.
let Joe just say this.
Well,
real
I
quick.
was just saying, like, since Drew mentioned the submarine and all the weird, like, giant
That
shits,
is the
like,
biggest. Yeah,
I was
that's
being
the
a
biggest
smart ass,
logic,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh, they could prune it, but that makes
No,
sense.
yeah,
Like,
for
because
sure.
I just came.
For sure. That
You were
makes,
Good for you,
fishing like a
Drew.
motherfucker.
Good for
over
you.
here.
that makes
I
sense.
You're like Walter Matthau and fucking grumpy old men.
Just so love people to just
Love me.
I gotta say, I was in the bathroom just now, and I heard some aggression towards certain people.
All right.
too.
Who's the one? Who's the one?
Well, both of you, but definitely you, Drew GB. I'm just saying.
Here we go.
Hey,
Here we
Drew
go.
already drank.
Here we go.
Oh, did you already drink for it?
No,
well,
he-
then don't drink again. I wasn't here for it.
Hey man, I don't drink that much anymore because it kills me. So
It
I
kills
already
us
know
all.
I'm fucked tomorrow.
Hey,
so.
Wait.
Hey, let me get that
Wait,
out.
are we
You're
having
done.
band practice
We're not
tomorrow?
moving on. We're
Damn,
not, hold on.
Did you ever hear back from Boris?
Hold on.
No, actually,
I want to
gotta
talk.
find
Hey,
out.
hey,
All right,
hey,
all
we're
right,
not
but
talking about what the
but I
fuck.
want to. John, in your
Oh,
notes,
shit,
in your
yeah.
notes, let me just ask you.
Let's prune
do,
that
do you,
timeline
do you
where we just
have
talked about band
in your
practice.
notes? Do you have to talk about apocalypses?
No.
What is an
yes,
apocalypse?
Of course, but
Okay.
I'm not done
All right.
with this subject yet.
Okay.
The
All right,
fucking
all right,
reset
all right,
charges.
all right.
So the reset charges do what?
They prune. They send everything from the beginning of the branch that would end up leading to a Kang to the end of time, where they don't know what happens afterwards, where that big ass freaking Goliath motherfucker eats it.
Okay.
You
So
mean
that's
that?
what a reset charge does.
You mean that
Okay.
giant cloud
So,
from Aladdin?
At the end of episode 2, Sylvie had dozens of reset charges, and she sent them all through portals to different points of time, right? Do you remember that?
Timeline.
Do you remember that?
All the
Right. And at the end of that episode, after she did that, it showed the TVA screen and all these branches going off, and that being the leave for the end of the episode. The cliffhanger, which made it seem really cool to me before I understood the logic. And now that I understand the logic, that makes no fucking sense.
Yes, it does, because the moment that those reset charges landed in the grass, in the field, in the water, wherever it was, that caused the new branch.
They went off already. They were already beeping before they teleported.
Right, and until that they actually disintegrated
So
everything.
that scene was pointless. The writing was just to make a cliffhanger.
Right,
Shitty
but
writing. Shitty writing, dude. Why would that be the cliffhanger to the next episode when it had no effect on anything? Because those charges reset those timelines. So that screen of the timelines going off made no sense.
It was a distraction.
For the audience?
No, for her to get into the fucking TVA, bro.
What do you mean?
That's
I
what
thought
she
you just
uses
watched this
them
yesterday.
I did.
for. She.
Well, then we need
God
some
damn it.
Why couldn't she get in the
skills.
TVA before?
Because they're
Wow.
gonna have a fortified fucking building. Like she can't just wander into a
She
fucking
kicks their
TVA.
ass. What do you
They
mean?
all leave.
Everybody in the
They
TVA.
all leave so she can go there.
It's a distraction.
Can,
so they
for-
will
for her
all
to
go,
get in-
They
Hey.
will all go.
Why? It disintegrates immediately. Those things don't take days to go off. What do you mean? Why would they go to other
The second
timelines?
that they
I'm
go
gonna let
there,
you take this.
the second
Yeah,
that they
because
go
you
there,
can't
it branches
answer.
off. The whole freaking TVA. They freak out. They go and they try to figure
you're
out
a
what's
scholar.
going on.
Dude, it showed in the first episode of the first scene that shit goes off in like 30 seconds. Why would they send a bunch of people?
all
to
it
these other
takes is
timelines?
1 second
For what?
for a branch for a branch.
No, I get that, but they wouldn't send people. Then all their people died.
They were just confused. They didn't know what the hell was happening.
Yeah, so they have to go
It was just
respond to like
confusing.
all
They-
these
they don't
fucking
know.
weird shit
Imagine
going
like
on.
a cop
they all
precinct
got
all of a
pruned.
sudden like
Well,
getting
obviously not, because
calls
some of
from-
them came back, but a lot of them got fucked up. I would imagine.
I know they explained this in like the first episode, but why couldn't the TVA go to the, since they see all time, why couldn't they go to like right before Sylvie sets the charge so they could catch her that way? Why couldn't they do that? I think they
They
touched
said
base
that
on
you can't go right.
Because
It made no
the
sense.
branch didn't happen yet because everything happens in real time. They can't do that because they can't go and reset something before it happens, because then they're resetting the sacred timeline and they're fucking everything up and they're going against whatever. And none of them know about.
So wait,
none of them know about He Who Remains.
We're saying
Nobody,
that a
not
comic
even
book,
Ravonna, at least as much as we know yet.
She's banging
a
him.
comic book related sci-fi styled
Comics,
show
they haven't.
writes their own
We do
rules.
have a season 2
while
that
it's
you're
in
very,
place.
very excited for.
Especially for the MCU, where they do this constantly to be able to justify whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yes.
Yes.
That's comic books, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
We're all in agreement on that.
Well, I mean, I think Dane's making a good point though, because like that seems to be like what all your notes are going to be about.
What? That they're writing their way into their own plot?
Well, that they're coming up.
That's
with,
how writing works.
Yes, that's
Not
what it
when you've
means.
already set a whole world.
That's what.
not when
writing
you've already set a
means.
whole... Okay, so for instance...
Well, okay, so this is definitely an
What-
expansion of everything that we thought we knew, right?
Yes, but it also ruins the movies since then, doesn't it?
Well,
I
nothing
don't think
ruins
so.
it because you could just choose not to watch it.
Kind of like The Last Jedi.
Like, I'm not really a
It's
huge
true.
fan of Back to the Future 3, so I just don't watch
Dude,
that
Back
one.
to the Future 3 is awesome.
And you like it.
Fucking, it's Western.
It is
Well,
what-
and
Back
you
to
know,
the-
like
Back to
Drew,
the Future's
Drew
good,
doesn't
yeah.
like fucking teddy bears in space, so he just kind of chooses
I don't-
not to watch Return of the Jedi.
I don't like Girl Meets World, but Boy Meets World kicks ass, regardless of what the fuck they do in
although
Girl
they
Meets
use
World.
that redhead like she was a
You remember
sex
that?
slave.
You remember
Alright,
that?
so-
You remember
So-
that time where Luke Skywalker kicked a dude even though his foot was like 7 feet away from him?
Do you remember that time
Was
when
that on
Luke
the sailing
Skywalker
barge?
did the
Was
most
that on the
Jedi
sailing
thing
barge?
ever?
Yeah.
He force kicked him.
Do you remember, Nick? Do you remember when Luke Skywalker
okay.
did the most Jedi thing
Which one?
ever?
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was a
What?
pretty cool time.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next time
Drink
when
blue.
we talk
Drink
about
don't
the
remember
Last
that?
Jedi.
You don't remember that Return of the Jedi?
No.
He's
No,
on
it's-
the barge.
It's
and
like
he's-
a
Oh,
it's
God,
like a
it's
blooper.
bad. It's
but
bad.
You
Oh.
don't really.
but it's in the movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
He like
So it's not a
He,
blooper.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
he does this, but the guy's like 3 feet away from
falls
him.
off.
I feel like a lot
the sailing
of
barge.
those.
I'm gonna
Oh,
use
yeah,
this
yeah,
time to
yeah.
say
On the
Yeah,
boat.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, are
Anyway,
you
I'm sorry,
saying-
I don't know why that popped in my head.
But see, with that, like Luke, like kicking somebody, that wasn't the writing. That was just choreography.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's,
so
that's totally
look,
fair,
if
yeah.
everything we're gonna run into with how bad this show is that they were writing as they went, and that anything can be explained because of bad writing, then
Well, I mean,
we're
I think,
done.
I
here.
think Drew gave you a
We're
pretty
done.
good fucking explanation as to what the charges do, and then we just
Yes,
gave you
but
an explanation.
No, that doesn't
as
explain anything. The next episode starts and it doesn't
It
explain
explains
that
it.
at all.
You just don't like the explanation.
What's the explanation?
God,
I'm not gonna
you
repeat
should-
myself.
No,
just
no. In
told
the
it
next
to you.
episode,
when we
what's
go
the
and
explanation?
when we go and listen to the podcast, you can hear it again.
No, I heard your explanation. What's the show's explanation? The next episode does
Who's
not
on
start
first?
explaining that.
What's on
the
second?
episode ends with the branches going off and us
Right.
all being like, "Holy shit!" It's like the multiverse.
I did
that they've been
explain
talking
that. I did explain that.
I said you explained it, but the show didn't. They did not explain that.
not in
wait.
dialogue, but
Okay,
just
John,
in watching.
So wait. Hold on here. Hold on. One
Endgame
second.
had dialogue and
One
they fucked that
second.
shit up. But
John,
You
John,
liked Loki better
John.
than Endgame?
no, I didn't like Loki better than Endgame. But there's massive problems in Endgame.
Damn it!
Okay,
Nick,
continue. sorry. Nick,
Things
Drink
are
a beer.
interesting.
Drink a beer.
drink.
I wasn't
You
mad.
cursed.
You
You
cursed.
cursed.
You
No,
cursed.
but he breathed.
Kind of way.
He
I'm gonna
breathed.
start keeping track on all y'all motherfuckers.
Drink.
I already drank this.
You
Um,
did?
Don't
Yeah, I
drink
already,
more.
I already took
You're
one.
good.
But I'll take another.
He doesn't have to
as
drive.
long as I can drink
think he
this and
lives
then
here.
say what the fuck I want to say. God damn it! Now I'll drink.
Oh, now
It's
you
like a
gotta
drink tax.
Ah,
It's a
man.
tax.
And it is.
Hey,
it is
fuck
like
this
that.
shit.
You
All
live
right,
in
give
a
me that
world
again.
where you
We should
can't
call it
really
John.
say what you're gonna
Damn it,
say.
What I
Dave.
wanted to ask you is so
damn it,
like
Bobby.
it sounds to me like you have a problem with the show showing and not telling. But then in the last episode, you think
Don't watch
they
David
tell
Lynch.
too much and don't show enough.
Whoa.
No.
Oh.
No. They
Am I
told-
wrong?
Ooh.
No.
Because you're like, oh, it's just setting up all this
Because
exposition.
I don't
for all
think they
this different
showed
shit.
anything either. I think you're wrong
I think
about
they
them
show
showing.
it with the fucking thing, and then they show it with her. And like,
But
they show
show
that it's
it.
a distraction
They
when
show
she
it.
goes in there
They show it.
into the TVA. Like the whole thing was a distraction.
Okay, but what's her plan?
They
then?
show.
If she has a plan,
They show your other point.
Have
with
you ever
the
heard of
submarine
Three-Card
being in the
Monte?
thing.
No, the episode with
Guys.
the different Lokis was so much fun.
Guys.
I love the crocodile version.
All right,
What's up?
Guys,
what did she do that
everybody-
made the TVA
Wow.
take her?
Everybody.
Oh,
Hey,
I don't
hey,
know that.
Hey, John.
What
Have
did
you ever?
she do that made the TVA
I'll tell
take
you in
her?
a second, and then you're gonna have to repeat it because I didn't listen to you. But John,
I'm
have
not
you?
listening to you, so hold on. What did
John!
she do that made the
John!
TVA take her? What did she do?
John, have you
that
ever
made
heard of
the
3-Card
TVA?
Monty? Have you ever heard of 3-Card Monty?
No.
She was playing 3-Card Monty at the end of that episode. Now, we can continue. What's your question?
What the fuck are you
What's
talking
3-card
about?
Monty? You got
I'm not going to explain it to you if you don't know what 3-Card Monty
well,
is.
that's something to throw in there. You got to explain it.
Everybody
I don't
knows what 3-Card Monty is.
I don't know.
Oh,
what
my
3-card
God.
Monty
Never
is.
mind. I concede. Anybody listening, all 5 of you, Google 3-Card
5 now.
Monty.
I'm gonna
Anyway,
Google it right now.
all right. So
right now too.
Yes,
what
do
did
that.
she do that made the TVA take her?
Back up the question a little bit
What
further.
did she do?
During what? I'm sorry. I was
Like
Originally,
initially, as
her
a child,
whole
what did
story,
she
her
do?
whole-
Here's what she did. Okay, I got it. I got it. And this also furthers the point that there are multiple universes within the sacred timeline. What she did.
It's so confusing. They never.
It is.
explain
You mean
confusing.
multiple
And
timelines
no,
within a
Yeah,
universe?
not universe.
And
no, multiple
universes
yeah,
with
3-Card
different.
Monty.
3-Card
But you
Monty.
said there's multiple
Okay, I got it.
timelines in
Sense.
the sacred timeline too.
There's. I misspoke. I'm sorry. Here's what they did. This is a very easy answer.
Cool.
So what they did to take her is every Loki is supposed to be somebody who causes chaos in one way or the other. Okay.
Right.
Now this particular Loki, who is a girl who hasn't been taken by the TVA because there are multiple universes
Right.
with sacred timelines of their own, which
Right.
all has to coexist.
Right.
She, on the other hand, if you remember, she was playing with little action figures and she was playing with Valkyrie. She wanted to be a Valkyrie. She wanted to be somebody honorable. That is not Loki's existence. That's not what he's supposed to be.
breaks
That breaks who
sacred
Loki's
timeline.
supposed to be. It breaks the sacred timeline. And furthermore, whatever she would cause afterwards, being who she was at that point, a hero instead of the god of mischief. Excuse me, there are no gods. The god of mischief would somehow eventually,
Right.
thousands and thousands
What
of years
the
from now,
fuck?
will
Results
lead
in
into
Hold
a
on.
Kang
A Kang.
existing.
Hold on.
Right.
So
hold on.
Wait. The principles of chaos.
That's the answer. I mean,
does
you may not
that-
like the
no,
answer, but
no,
that's the
No,
answer.
This is important. So does that mean that Joe Biden is a variant of Loki? Since you said an agent of chaos.
Dude, but hold on.
Wait, wait, wait.
Hold on.
That's the
No,
answer.
no,
That's
but
the answer, though.
so
But wait, Loki is cunning. Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, like the old Loki from that one episode that was really cool on the random planet with the smoke monster, or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh yeah,
The
that was a
thundercloud.
pretty dumb Loki. He got his hand bit off by an alligator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's the
with
Biden.
the old school
that's the
costume.
Biden
Yeah,
Loki.
that was the
Yeah.
Biden Loki. Yeah, that guy was a fucking
All right,
idiot.
John.
John's mad.
so wait.
Well,
She
John-
has these toys, these action figures of the
The
Valkyrie,
Valkyrie. Yeah. Mhm.
and just not when she bought the toy and she wanted the toy,
Where'd she buy it?
but in this
Walmart?
one moment that she was playing with.
You
it.
know, that's a completely legitimate question, and that I can't answer for you. But that is the moment, and maybe
They can read minds.
Maybe that was the moment. Maybe that was the moment in time that she decided that she wanted to be a Valkyrie.
And they knew it. They could read her mind.
I think
well, they
not-
could
that's
see the
not what
future
they
because
said.
they could see all time happening.
Oh, sorry.
So I don't, but
So
but
why
the
wouldn't they go back to when she was born?
Because that's not how it
Why
works.
the fuck? Why
does it work?
Why didn't they in game? Why didn't they go back right before they stabbed him in the Thanos in the chest instead of
just
going
chop
for
his
the
head
head?
That's what I was
There's
wondering.
all
I
sorts.
was wondering
that's what I
that.
was- There's all sorts. I mean,
Because
you
if they
can
don't
pick
do that,
apart
there's
everything.
not a movie
but
and there's
but
not
when
a
I
show.
answer a question, you can't just like.
That wasn't an
discredit-
answer. That wasn't
That
an
was
answer.
an answer.
That was an
Because
answer,
she
dude.
because she was playing with a toy that she already had that she probably
it was,
played with.
No, it
before,
was because she was on a route to become a hero instead of a piece of shit.
at 8 years old playing with toys. She was on a route to be a hero,
Yes.
Yes.
but not when she was 7 playing with that toy.
Correct.
Who said that she was
Okay.
playing with that toy at 7? What if she just got that for her birthday?
Well, and like, here's the thing.
if she
Was her
had just
birthday
gotten it?
yesterday?
Yeah.
But and here's the other
But
thing
see,
too.
these things are being answered. You're just not accepting the
Those aren't answers. That is
Those
not.
are answers.
You're assuming that that's why
No,
they took her.
2 + 2
Never
equals
assume.
fish isn't an answer. That's a fucking answer.
You're assuming that's why they took her. They never explain it.
Again,
They don't.
You don't have to have
you're
everything in dialogue. In
But
fact,
they have
if
to.
you have to answer
No, they
everything in
don't.
dialogue, then that is bad writing. If everything has to be dialogue.
yes.
If it has to be spoon-fed to you, that is bad writing. If you can put those pieces together, then that's better writing. What you got to say about that, Matt?
I mean, I would say the same thing.
I
That's-
see.
So
all right.
then why do you want dialogue as the answer every
Well,
I
time?
don't
No,
want
okay,
dialogue
okay,
as the
okay.
answer.
Oh no,
So-
the
and I
TVA is
go
going
back
after
to-
Sylvia.
and I go-
Sylvia's gonna become a hero. Oh no.
Yeah,
but
that's basically
that's exactly, and it would eventually, once again, it would eventually lead to a Kang, one way or the other, because that's the main
So that's
thing.
the golden rule, John.
Right, and I